What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyt, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the blue color playing as Zeus. His name is Mariano. His opponent today in the red color playing as Oranos. His name is I Bring Life, also known as Shelty the Shelton. Wait, Shelty the Snake Shelton. Damn. Stuffed it up. What can you do? The map's Painted Desert. This is the best of the best tournament, and this is the host of the tournament. Trying to go far in this tournament. Every single player in it is incredibly strong, and upsets have been rampant, to say the very least. Lots of different players going at it and getting wins where maybe the seeds say something different should have happened. Very exciting indeed. So, we'll see how these games go. Zeus versus Oranos on Painted Desert. A difficult matchup for the Zeus player, to be honest. Very, very open. A lot of raids can happen. I'm just going to see. I think I need to turn this up a bit. Feels like this sounds really low or something. So really difficult matchup for the Zeus just because everything's open. You can't play safe and defensive here on Painted Desert. If we check out the map, he does have these back gazelle here, but it's not close to a town center. So if you go for this town center, you have to sort of wall this off here, wall this off over here, and then like almost also wall off over here, just because it's super easy for the Oranos player to just swing around the back and then hit this hunt. And then once he's there, you can't defend it and you just can't get that hunt. Life is really difficult. So generally what we've been seeing by Zeus players on this map is either go for a really aggressive Athena rush, which I think is a good option against Oranos, to be honest. I think it's underutilized. Going up at 415, especially on Painted Deserts where you get this amount of hunt. Go up 415, move forward, barracks, stable, aggression, or double barracks, Minotaur aggression, or something like that. You don't make Toxotes against Atlantean. And you go from there. But the more standard play, which I think is a little bit lackluster, but it's kind of okay, is you go Centaur. And the thing with Centaur is you have to have incredibly good control and foresight. So you sort of have to see a little bit of the future to make sure that you're macroing correctly. So not only do you need the foresight, you need this crazy APM to deal with the Centaur, make sure they never fall, make sure you're getting off the special ability kind of every 20 to 30 seconds, or it's a 20-second recharge. So if you can get that special ability off onto a Murmillo, onto a Terma, that's really good. So you want to be having really good tabs on where the Oranos army is, and you're going to be in a really good spot to slow the Oranos down. Now, Oranos doesn't have to do anything special in this matchup. Basically, you just want to go full classic army, potentially late second, third town centers. If your opponent does get the second town center, you can stay one town center and go for Hyperion all-ins. Or even responds to an early second town center with like a 6 or 7 minute 3 town center grab, as we've seen from Chemo a bunch of times. So we'll see. There's the tempo going up. A little bit late here. He's going for what looks to be a 445. He should have the resources to advance, and it looks like he doesn't. Oh, he's getting Jason out as well. There is a small issue with getting Jason out this early. The issue is twofold. One, you get the Centaur out late, and two, your classical age gets delayed. So you get later military academy, later stable. And we do see the Centaur are the option here for Mariano. In fact, he's going very hard on it with 8 villages on wood, 2 villages on favor, 2 villages on gold as well. Not sure exactly what that's going to be for. He's already got the gold for a hand axe. So we'll see where he goes. He does have the scout already over here, checking out the manor. That's where the Jason should be heading. We do see that is the destination there. These villagers are going to finish this rhinoceros off, move over onto this zebra here. So that's going to be a difficult thing for basically Shelty to secure both the top and the bottom. We do see a military barracks coming up for Shelty here. I would like to see some sort of innovation from Oranos players where they only go one military building when they want to get an early second town center. But obviously, if you go for the 2 military buildings, I think obviously no early second town center is the way to go. We'll see if that ever happens, if it's actually any good. We do see the Promethean offspring coming in, going to be hitting Mariano's villagers here. Does a little bit of damage onto this one villager as Jason is returning. And as you can see, this Jason did next to nothing here. We do see the Catastrophe is still checking this out, but this Jason has done nothing. He could have been here and defended this Promethean raid without having been built in the Archaic Age. This Centaur could have been getting aggressive. We do see that the Prometheans do get picked off, so that's very nice for him. Valor coming down onto these units here. He's going to have double Murmillo and Terma. You will probably basically want to bolt one of those Murmillo here, and then that slows down the Oranos quite a lot. We do see that Sylvan Law is incoming, as well as a military academy. So I don't mind the military academy, but getting it super early really does slow down Centaur production, and you sort of need the Centaur production pretty badly. These heroes defend very nicely against this. I'm surprised we didn't see any bolt going down onto those Murmillo there. Generally, that's kind of standard. And you can see that Mariano is short right now on wood because he's gone for the stable as well. And I don't think he's going to be able to afford hoplites, hippocons, and villagers and Centaur all at the same time as houses. It's just a touch too much, and he does have a lot of idle villages over here he needs to get sorted out. He's got the rhinoceros in his base, but he's... Oh, he can garrison here, and this is fine. Nope. Mariano, what are you doing? Garrison in the tower, yep, and then stop attacking it. No. Hello? Mariano? He has to build a granary here now. Big raid coming in around the back. Not a lot to hit. You can hit these villages, but they're just going to retreat back. Maybe Shockwave on this, actually. It's not a bad idea. Mariano stops moving with his villagers, but totally fine. Still just allowing these villagers to hunt without any punishment. He should have sent like a Centaur down there or something now. But he is going after these units here with his Centaur, which I do like, but not chasing them. I'm surprised to see that. You've got to move in, hit, like if we move over to Mariano's perspective, both these Centaur are going to have special attacks. 15 seconds on the special attacks. You got to use it. You got to use your special abilities as soon as you can. Get the damage dealt onto this army as much as you possibly can, and you're going to be okay. But he's just not getting those off. And we'll see the army returning here. And again, a bolt onto that high HP Murmillo hero. And he'd actually be able to win this fight here, and he'd be totally fine. But instead, he's moving away with the Centaur, running straight past these Murmillo. He can turn and hit this, and he does do so. Kills almost one Murmillo here. There's one Murmillo going down. We do see the hero Terma. Mariano not paying attention over here while this is going down. We do see the bolt coming in here. These Centaur do kill another Centaur. There's the Shockwave. And it's not a bad idea to ceasefire after the first Shockwave, but he's going to be able to get that Centaur away. So good play there from Mariano, defending the raid, getting a couple of picks with the Centaur, still keeping his Centaur alive. Shockwave is down. So, Mariano in a good position. We do see the second town center coming in for Shelty right now. He's cut military, started it back up, ready to continue here. We do see the army coming back in onto this position here. The Centaur coming in, ready to try and pick off some more units. Nice usage of that special ability, playing very well so far. Mariano is... Shelty, on the other hand, I don't know exactly if he's gotten anything just yet. This Oracle Scout is getting so much information here, not able to get this hump because of it. If we check out Shelty's line of sight here, he's going to have seen these villagers moving over to this top side here, and I'm sure Shelty is not going to allow that to go on for too much longer here. The Centaur making their way forward, going to be looking for someone to attack. He's got 5 Centaur now. These Centaur do... what's the thing? It's a extra 100% bonus damage. So they're doing 24 damage a shot. These citizen, 160 HP. Don't ask me. 500 plus 40. Is that right? No, 8. I can't do it. Yeah, 40. 140 damage. So you need 6 Centaur to kill off 1 citizen in 1 shot, I think. Did I do good? Did I? Guys? Math? Time for another Boy Fails at Maths video, a compilation. Yep, we'll lock it in. We'll log it in. What's this relic here? Toothed arrows. Why aren't you getting that? Good for the later stage of the game when you need to transition. Task of the Iron Balls here as well. Okay, these Centaur just need to get in and hit these units here. There's no hero Terma. This is perfect opportunity for these units to do something. But there are low HP citizens here. This is huge. Going after this one, kill the low HP citizen. Nice play there, killing one. Going after the second one. He may be able to pick that one off. Very close. Missing the villager, but he does manage to get 2 villager kills there for Mariano. Absolutely huge here for Mariano. He's going to have to retreat away from the Murmillo heroes. And this is brutal, as now Mariano can sit back on his advantage, keep hitting some of these Centaur, some of these units with his Centaur, make a race for the Mythic Age, and he should be able to take this game given the damage he's done. There is a citizen over here that he can hit, but he's probably not going to kill that one at any point in his life, given the mana is there, and Shelty is a good player. However, there is a citizen here that could go down as the villagers citizen coming in. I can't speak. Centaur coming in to snipe that citizen. That's 3 kills there. The mana going down. Is Shelty going to the next stage? Shelty is not going to the next stage. He's starting to build Prometheans. He's on the back foot. Population-wise, it's 100 pop to 107 pop, but this army is so much more efficient than Shelty's army. The Centaur, absolutely huge. The cavalry, absolutely huge. These Terma do nothing against this army currently. There are heroes Terma here which are going to be able to try and take down the Centaur, but that's going to be about it. There is a possibility for a shockwave probably coming in at this point. Those hero Terma need to get sniped here. One does go down. The Murmillo hero is running onto the back line, hitting the Centaur. No micro from Mariano at this point. Does retreat those at this point. Has lost one of those Centaur in this fight. He's continuing to fight underneath the town center fire, and it looks as if Mariano has just completely thrown his advantage here, taking that fight underneath the town center fire, not microing the Centaur to the best of his, but he does decide to turn around. The Centaur coming in. You have to micro. He does manage to dodge at least one of those javelins there before the units getting onto these Terma. You got to get your units onto the Terma. The Centaur have to snipe these Murmillo. That's the only way that you kind of push through on this Oranos army. Better is to just keep the raids going on, keep getting further ahead on the economy. But now Shelty is just back into a perfectly reasonable position. He lost 3 citizen, totally fine, given he's an Atlantean, but he's just defended. He's traded really, really nicely. He's probably equal on resources lost, if not in the lead right now. He's got 2 town centers, so the extra citizens that he's lost have probably been recouped already. And Mariano, he's got to start farming now. He's out of hunt, basically. He's got a little bit of zebra over here, and he has to start farming. We do see some villagers over here that could get sniped if Mariano wants to make his way over there. He's not really abusing the fact that his units can move outside of the line of sight of these towers. He can get some better raids coming in, and Shelty should be aware that this comes in, and he should be able to garrison. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he does get there. I thought he was going to not quite get there, but the villager just teleported from here into the manor as it does. Oh, he somehow manages to hit the Centaur there with the Terma. Sometimes they're a bit strange, but does manage to get over here. Gonna possibly kill off one of these villagers if he wants to. There he goes for. He does snipe that one and then retreats. Doesn't take any more damage. We're still not seeing him attempt to attack this location, but nice raid over here from Shelty. Going to be hitting Mariano's villagers off of that gold mine. No idea why he's on that gold mine when he's got so much gold left in his home base. He has to run through all this Centaur, getting a little bit wild here, running very close to the town center. The town center doing a lot of damage to these Centaurs. They're running through very low HP Centaur. One hit point away from falling. We just see the army following this. The Centaur can come in and pick off a bunch of these units on the retreat back. So this is going to be good for Mariano if he does go for it. Maybe a path blockage or something. He does decide to attack this nice attack onto that low HP Centaur. The Centaur going to be getting a lot of damage dealt onto these Oranos units, but Shelty is just powering ahead economically here. Still not advanced to the next stage. Looks like he's maybe cut villages. I can't imagine his full pop here on citizen here. Let's see if I can select them all. Looks like he's only got 15 if I select them all correctly. I think you can get 25, 16 villages. A little bit. There's Hyperion, so he definitely cut the villages in order to get out Hyperion there. And Hyperion's going to be huge because it's going to allow him to chaos this army, force it to fight itself. Mariano, because he's had to farm, because he's been pumping all food-based units here, he's going to be in a really difficult spot to get to the next age. And how do you set yourself up to then jump straight to the Mythic Age if you can't get to the Heroic Age? So a couple of options on the low hunt maps. When you run out of hunt, you need to jump to the Mythic Age straight away. We're seeing a town center here, which is definitely incorrect. So the option, basically what you want to do is, instead of putting a bunch of villagers over onto farms, you throw them all over onto gold, and then you buy your way to the Mythic Age. And that's the way you circumvent low hunt maps. We do see some nice raids still coming in here for Mariano, picking off so many citizens this game. But the town center is coming. We do have a ceasefire here if he wants to use it. The chaos comes down. Not a bad ceasefire here if he wants to use it, but he's not going for it. These centaur just going to have to run around because the Terma chasing them down. This army here has to somehow defeat the Oranos army and just deal with these hero Terma. We do see the medium cavalry coming in, and Mariano happily taking this fight here. This Terma needs to get picked off because it's going to be dealing peak damage if it can ever hit these centaur. This centaur right here has dodged so many javelins, absolutely wild. The hero Terma are coming around this side, but now Satyr's coming in. We see a hero Mermilla getting manually converted for Shelty. The Terma doing a lot of damage in the back because they haven't been taken out just yet. The army is finally on top of them though, and they're going to be starting to get shredded here as Mariano seems to be fighting this one fairly well, but in the end he will have to retreat because the flood is real here against Oranos. He's got 4 military buildings actually with the temple, but not making Satyr. Normally when you go Hyperion you want to spam Satyr, but not going for it. We do see a very nice secure gold mine over here and over here. We do see the walls coming up. This town center would sort of give this gold mine a little bit more of an ease, but this one does make this gold mine very hard to attack as well. We do see the centaur going off on another little raiding party over here. He could snipe another citizen if he engages the army before him. This wall actually not going to get up in time. We may actually have to see a ceasefire here from Mariano, but it's not, well, we'll see what happens. The army is kind of behind. Does this army win this? We've already got 10 Murmillo against 9 Hoplite or 8 Hoplite. The Hippocon will be able to take down the Terma if he fights this correctly, but now the Centaur coming back in to turn the tides here. If he can take down the hero Murmillo, he should be okay to take down the rest of these units here. Nice micro from Shelty yet again to get this Murmillo onto the Centaur, but he really just doesn't do that much damage. And now all of these units should get cleaned up with the help of the Centaur in the back. The Hoplites coming in to crush through these Terma. We see some reinforcements coming in now by Shelty, but Mariano manages to clean this up. The Satyr in the back. There's no heroes here for Mariano, which is a bit of a big deal because the Satyr can clean up a little bit. Has a big bonus against myth units with 200%. Has decent stats here. So they're doing like 60 damage a javelin or something to these Centaur who only have 34% pierce armor. So that's a big deal. And now the Centaur retreating back. We managed to pick off one of those. Murmilla, nice snipe there, just hiding behind the walls away from those hero Murmilla. Good play from Mariano, but Shelty is keeping Mariano in the classical age, and this is a big deal. If Mariano had stayed one town center here, completely fine, rushed Mythic Age, he would have been able to keep up with this Mythic Age rush of Shelty. That would have given him a Hephaestus, which gives him a Colossus, which means that he can then take down the Tartarian Gate for free. But now the Tartarian Gate is probably going to do a lot of damage at this point in the game. There's no real good units to deal with the Tartarian Gate. There are hoplites, but he needs them to sort of defend against any sort of push onto a gold mine or something like that. We've got the Oracles already in position to throw the Tartarian Gate in the back of Mariano's base. So he's gonna be an instant Tartarian Gate as well. We do see the Centaur coming onto this location. I think this is not a calculated risk here. This is like a please don't see, please don't see, please don't see. And we'll see if he gets lucky. He does get lucky, gets one citizen kill there. And then Shelty not paying attention because he's actually already focusing over here. We do see that the Tartarian Gate comes down. The citizen do get garrished and these Centaur need to return back up to here. We do see that these hoplites trying to take this down, but the Archists are already here, going to be able to snipe down these units very, very fast. And now Mariano just has to retreat. He doesn't have an option to defend against this. And the temple has to be rebuilt as well. We we don't see a heroic age here from Mariano. Mariano going for more raids with the Centaur, trying to slow down the Atlantean economy, but the Atlantean economy has already gotten Shelty to the Mythic Age. We'll see if we can find some more value here. There's 2 citizens here that have no mana to jump into, so these Centaur are going to be able to get 1 kill and maybe move over onto this location here, get more kills. It looks like he's going to lose one of his Centaur, unfortunately. There we do see that Shelty does micro his villages away. This citizen will get back into the town center in time, but while this is going on, Shelty going for a back raid here onto this gold mine. The units still trying to take down this Tartarian gate, but these Tartarian points are so strong. 15 hack damage, 20 crush damage, and the leap does so much damage as well. It's an extra 20 hack damage from the leap, or I guess it's an extra 5 hack damage when it leaps in and hits them, but this is doing peak damage onto Mariano, and he's just getting his 3rd town center. I think it might even be better for Mariano to have ceasefired here or something, because he's just taken so much damage. Even after getting a villager kill or 2, I think he's lost more than he's gained. Now we see the 3rd town center coming up for Shelty, and there's nothing that Mariano can do to stop that. We've got the hero citizens coming in, sniping another Centaur here. The villagers here probably can get pushed off if Shelty just wants to flood in here, throw up a palace, start getting fire siphon. We see that the Lampade comes in, big unit here, does a lot of damage with the extra 10 crush damage as well to help out against buildings and the like. But now it's just looking like temples going up, and Mariano, he needs to ceasefire here. There's no reason to hold on to the ceasefire at this point. No reason. He's got no population in the bag here. 61 population. 61 population versus 145 population here. And this game has just all come down to just a greedy second town centers from Mariano. And a greedy fight over here, to be honest. If Mariano can somehow bring this back, it will be a very big surprise to me, given the amount of damage that Shelty has inflicted onto Mariano. Just given this Tartarian gate, the good raids and all the other stuff. Looks like Mariano's also not gathering gold at this point. He's very short on food as well, and it's looking like 72 population against this heavy army here. Still no powers up for Shelty. He's getting fortified town centers. He's still trying to build some more citizen, but I guess no need at this point with these really strong units. Happy to fight underneath this town center for days here. Look at these Murmillo doing 9.6 damage with a lot of HP. They can just take down the town center if they so choose. We just see that the Lampade gets a lot of damage done, hitting the Hippocon, tanking a lot of damage in the back. Looks like the Odysseus is going to kill it. Then the special ability there of the Lampade coming in, inflicting a little bit of damage onto those melee units. We've got champion infantry coming in. Another Chaos coming in onto the back, hitting a lot of these units, hitting another one of those Centaur here. And the Odysseus goes down as well in the back. And that means that Mariano has to tap out, with Shelty being 1,000 points of score in front at this point in the game. And I mean, kudos to Shelty for not giving up after losing those 3 early citizen. But the big thing you got to realize about Oranos, that a lot of people like gripe about Oranos being super overpowered. But the thing is that Oranos is meant to be ridiculously strong early game, because the late game's not that good. You don't beat, unless your strategy is about beating Oranos in the early game, which is a Centaur strategy is not about, you don't beat Oranos in the early game. So don't try it. Get your small advantages, push your way into the late stage of the game, and win the game 100% of the time, every time in this situation here. Keep those Centaur getting snipes. You don't need to fight the guy. Just keep on getting snipes, and he would have been just super far in front. 1 town center here would have been beautiful. Then he can just pile a ton of villagers onto gold, buy his way to the next age, probably even be able to eat these rhinoceros here if he so chose as well. A little bit of farms, fine, but get the market down, go Mythic Age. You could even go Hera here. You don't even need Hephaestus, and you could possibly win because of gold mines. Actually, I tell a lie, the gold mines are really good for Shelty, so probably not Hera, but Hephaestus here would have been really good, and that would have been very easily a victory here for Mariano. But Shelty takes it. GG, well played. Goes up 1-0. We'll move on to game number 2 very shortly. If you're enjoying these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.